What's going on, everybody? Mike Stadler here.
Carl Bethke with you.
The Obsession Podcast back at you. Season 2.
New deer.
New year.
Right on.
I got a question here.
What you got, Mike?
Because I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No, I don't know. I'm going to ask.
Hey, wait a second. Is this one of them hot questions? Or is this just a question?
It's just a question.
Alright, what do you got?
When, in our opinion, do we start running cameras? And then, when do we start to judge the herd on our property?
Oh. Why judge the herd? Okay.
Anyone?
Bueller. I honestly don't put cameras on until the beginning of July 4th. Right in there. First couple weekends of July. Mid-July to me is probably, end of July I gotta have cameras running. So mid-July, early July is when I put my cameras out.
Yep.
And this year, I do have a new strategy. Majority of my cameras are going to be just on the food. There will be some stuff in. Yeah, well, obviously we'll have cameras on all our box scrapes and water holes. But last year I had cameras where I shouldn't have had cameras. It was a mistake on my part. And there's one or two I had right on the edge of bedding. I actually think that might have hurt me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think sooner or later they noticed it. Mm-hmm. Even if we're running the blackouts like I run, for me, you're running cell cams, which I think is probably a little bit easier to get closer. If you got cell cams, but, like we spoke before, my place I can't run cell cams. But for me, I think early July to mid-July is when the cameras need to be out. Because otherwise, that's when you can start to tell which bucks are which.
Yeah. Right.
And maybe start to notice a few early season patterns or whatever, because you're kind of collecting. That's when some of the decent deer will come through. They're just kind of checking out the area within a few miles of where their summer range is, kind of heading back to their fall range, kind of check things out. Mm-hmm. That's kind of when I think is probably your best time to start with cameras. What do you think?
Yeah, I do probably about the same. I like to dink. It takes me a little bit to dink with them because I got to get them up and running.
Yeah.
And make sure that they're linked, and make sure that everything's going to be good. So that's one thing that's nice about them because I can set it. I walk by it a bunch of times. This thing working. What the hell's going on with it?
Right.
But I'm going to kind of do like what you said. Like, I had a lot of cameras running a lot of different spots last year. Cell cams are great. The problem is they're not covering everything.
Right.
So, like my bigger food plot down low, like I like to run 3 or 4 of them on that. Mm-hmm. Really, because you'll miss activity a lot.
Oh yeah.
And
well, you seen it last year in your pictures where, you had a couple bucks coming out of that mock.
Yeah.
Where we thought would be a main extra. But the majority of really good buck pictures were actually in the corner.
Yeah. It was crazy.
And
they'd never run another camera out there.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably going to run 3 or 4 of them in that plot.
Yeah.
I'm going to get, one's going to be on each of our new ponds.
Yes.
Obviously the couple probably in the campsite.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I don't got to get to them, so it's good.
Yeah.
And obviously, there'll be a few on
mocks.
On mocks and some on the east end here.
Yeah.
Where we basically that we use to get in and out.
Right.
So we know that that's safe. So, about the same time of year, pretty much. And I never worry early. So that's why I don't put cameras on. I don't care what's there right now.
Yeah.
I don't care what's there next month. I don't care what's there the month after that.
Neither one of us are big turkey hunters, so we don't really care.
I don't care. I just don't. I want to start seeing those. I want to still see those bucks in September is when I want to see them.
Yeah.
Because I see them in August and I've tried to not let myself get super excited.
Yeah.
Because
a lot can happen.
Usually they're going to be back around. Yeah. But, when I'm seeing them there in September,
yeah.
Now I know, okay,
Yeah.
They're probably going to be around here at some point. You know?
So here's something you guys got to remember that, you know, we've noticed over the last 30 years, and this is just facts. You have summer range, you have fall range, they're not the same.
Yeah.
We set our properties up for fall. We don't really even want to collect bucks until, honest truth, mid to late August.
Yeah, it's the best time.
Early September into mid-September is when we notice we collect more of our deer, our bucks.
Mm-hmm.
They come through in the summer, check it out. That's what we're good with seeing that.
Yeah.
But that's why I say you don't even have to put your cameras out until, honestly, late July probably. But we put it in a little earlier.
I'll tell you one thing I think that you'll probably agree with me with is that right now we can already see how many doe we have.
Oh God!
Because if you have doe on your property right now, they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
They don't go away.
No.
You know,
if they have food, they stay.
They're not, you know, and we both have food. I've got, like I said, I've only got 40 acres here. I had 8 of them the other night.
Yeah.
I'm like, 8?
8.
I'm like, get out.
Yeah.
Like, half of you gotta die.
Oh yeah.
Because I know there's gonna be that many more that are gonna come.
Yeah. Friday, a couple days back while I was doing the corn. 9 on the property, dude. 9 in that one field, excluding what might be on, you know, the shocker plot.
Somebody was almost 10.
9. Yeah. Jagged edge of 10. It's a fact. And then we found a dead one. Ah!
And it's always a buck, don't worry.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so that, and we've talked, we like to take our does out early. So I know we're taking does out of here and your place early.
We're going to fill the freezer this year because we've got, between the two of us, we're probably going to end up bringing some of our friends in to take a few out.
Yeah, I talked to my brother-in-law about coming out and shooting a doe early, and you know, we'll probably get the old Philly cheesesteak out.
Get a cheesesteak in a tree.
Let him throw a couple arrows out there. Shoot a couple of them.
I think that idea on the picnic plot, or the campsite plot, with the camera guy on each end and Phil in the middle.
We'll put him in the middle.
Yep.
And we'll just yell at him.
We'll do it. You guys will love that video. Be sure to watch that. We're going to do it on purpose.
He's not going to like it, but we're going to like it. So Phil, when you listen to this one, I know you'll be calling me.
But yeah, as for the camera deal, you guys don't get crazy excited about putting your cameras out in like June or anything like that. I mean, realistically, you can't even tell most of the time in early July which buck is which because they're growing so much. In general, you may see a frame. I'll show you guys a couple pictures of some stuff that was late July from last year. Mm-hmm. You pick up on that frame, for instance, that great big 9-pointer I had on the property. Gladiator. Yeah.
He called me the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, he told me that I'm gonna kill him this year.
All right.
Yeah,
that'll be a good one for you to kill.
Be a good one for anybody.
I
don't know who's gonna pull him out of there.
His body just dwarfed the rest of those deer last year, except maybe rat.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens this year. So hopefully that answered your question about cameras when we put them out.
Yep.
You know, mid-July we put our cameras out.
We do 100% believe in using them.
Yeah, 100.
You don't even have to ask us that question.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
We are camera positive.
I think that they're probably the best tool we could still use right now.
Right.
And I like cell cams. I just can't use them on my property. If I could, trust me, I'd have a bunch of them on there. Mike can use them here, and it's so much of an advantage. I mean, we're heading west. I'll tell you guys this will be a good one. Pay attention for this. So as Mike and I are heading west, and we're gonna be hunting in South Dakota early for velvet mule deer. He'll be getting pictures on his phone as we're driving out the whole entire time. Bing, 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 bing. And I'll be like, nothing but big bucks at the standing ranch.
Correct.
Or does.
I wish.
Yeah,
a lot of does.
A lot of does.
Yeah,
so.
Numbers. Yeah.
But yeah, it's always fun to have that. So the cell cams, I think, are well worth the money. But we're going to call that a podcast. Thanks for the question. We appreciate it. If you guys want to listen to the podcast, just check it out at Amazon, Apple, iHeart, Google, Spotify,
RSS.com.
What Mike said.
Watch us on YouTube.
Yep. If you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the Reaper in the lower right-hand corner. We appreciate that.
Like and share.
Have a good day.